Well, it's no time to see to me, so this is gonna be a new one. This is the Charmx zombie story, guys. Well, let me explain here. So, Iceberg is basically, you go to the top, it gets kinda second, kinda goes, like kinda like, if you don't know what the iceberg is, where you been in these past years? Anyway, so, this is gonna be my actual first time making this, so some of the entries you might read is confusing to you, like what is this, okay, I'm gonna just do the normal voice, because yes, I'm not gonna do that, that cool classic voice. I'm probably gonna use it for the entries only. So if you guys don't know what Iceberg is, I'm deeply sad for you guys not knowing, but anyway, let's do this. The future of the Charmx zombie story. So this is referencing what's the future for it? What is it? Well, don't know yet, but I do have stuff I'm gonna do next time. Well, after all, it's a little sneak peek for you guys, alright? So, hope you guys understand what this is. Reloaded in the series. This is referencing how he is in the series. Basically, if you look at one of the episodes, I do believe it's episode 2, I think. I'm not too sure. It's been a while. So anyway, this is basically referencing how he's in the series, basically. And when his songs play, does this mean he's canon of the series? Maybe. But I could make it official any minute now, but for now, maybe not. WD Gasser background Easter eggs. This is basically a fact. He's actually probably going to be in a new project, by the way. So anyway, this is basically a reference how he's in the series, right? He's basically, in the background of episodes. For example, episode 10. I like to say episode 1, 2, 3. Charmx Ghost, he's always in the background, watching and waiting of someone to move and see what his next plan is. Sleep was going to be in the series. This right here is a actual fact by me. Sleep, one of my friends, was originally going to be in the series, but I scrapped it because, for obvious reasons, I didn't want, I scrapped it for some reasons. One, I couldn't find anyone to replace him. It was of that time period of Jack and the Charmx zombie story. I wanted him to appear in episode 1, but I guess I just scrapped it. Deciphering the hidden messages in the Charmx zombie story. This is basically referencing how I add WD Gasser's, little language, if that makes sense. So basically, I always put it in the little description of the video. You basically can go decipher it, right? So basically, it's how some of the messages, I don't know if any of you ever would decipher, basically would say anything random I could think of. I just put something Easter egg related. Heck, I might actually put it on this video too. So, yeah. Alternate was a mistake in episode 5. This is basically referencing how I mistakenly add alternate into the series by accident, because I didn't originally wanted him to be in the series. I forgot he died of last episode, so that's for me forgetting something of that time. So basically, I didn't know he died, and so I thought, oh wait, I realized that Uncle Samson and I can shapeshift, well, in my series, but basically I thought about that, and turns out I just made it canon. It wasn't even alternate, it was just him in this disguise, basically. Episode 0 have the old version. This is basically referencing how episode 0 of my series, the very first one I ever made, season 1 episode 0, actually had an old intro of that time. It's lost media now. I didn't have the original video. It's now corrupted and gone on my old computer of that time, so this is the reason why I think if I ever gonna make a new episode and if I didn't like the intro and I would change it, I should back up the original file just in case. But sadly it's gone now. But for now, the original episode will be lost media until years and years until I can. The reason why I changed it because the music I didn't like. So yeah, episode 0 was gonna be long, and that's a fact. That is true. Originally, when I was first making season 1 episode 0, I was gonna make it longer, right? 10 minutes, somewhere around there. But of that time period, I wasn't, good enough of editing or smarter enough to, make episodes and make them more decent and know how I'm doing it. Of that time period, yeah, it was gonna be long and it was gonna be like them barricading the base and blah blah blah, all that. Then they go to the airport. But yeah, that's basically how originally was gonna be, but no. It's the Charmx zombie story connected to Zero Cell, aka the Analog Horror. So that's gonna be a good question. So is it connected to my series? Well, all you need to know is maybe. It's a maybe though. So basically there's a theory they both are connected, right? So basically they're like in the same universe, but I like to say maybe they are. It's most likely if they're in the same series, but for now I will not make it non-canon, but it's a possibility I will in the future. You just gotta find out and see. Cap's old model. So basically this is a reference how in episode 2, the Return of the Tower, basically Cap had an old model of that time. Basically it was, an old model before I used this newer model. So basically this is how I use it, right? It's basically an old model I liked, but turns out it wasn't that good. So I scrapped that whole model idea and just replaced them. Top G was going to be a villain. This is basically a true fact. I was originally going to make our boy to a villain, basically, to make fun of him and all that, right? With his stupid quirks or whatever. But I decided, what if I just put in that man, Top G, in Intruder's head, like a person who's imaginary but not really. So I decided, I'm going to do that because I thought it would be more funnier. The Charmx zombie story, the enigma of missing characters. This is basically referencing how some characters in the series are just gone. They never come back, or they're just straight out missing, right? So basically, here's an example, Technoblade. We will go pass on him later, but he was originally going to be in the series, but the original model got taken down, probably for obvious reasons. But for respect, I respect the man and I like him. He's a legend. R.I.P. Technoblade never dies. The Charmx zombie story had an original name, and that's a fact. Originally, it had a couple original names, but I think they're lost, but I still remember the names. The one point was on some of the episodes of that one point before I changed. I'd like to say around episode 0 to 1. I like to say around there. Originally name, all I remember of the name, originally it was called the Seek of Help to Find Hope, or something like that. Some survivors trying to find hope, or something like that. But I scrapped it because it was just too long. So yeah. Technoblade was originally going to be in the series. Well, I'm just going to make this short and simple. This is a, like I said, was originally, like I said before, model got taken down, all that. So I'm not going to talk about this a lot. Jack Cooper's voice actor. He basically appears in a couple episodes, and basically he helps me. And right now, in episodes, he helped me there and there. So some few examples he helped me in, I like to say, in episode 5 he helped me, and other stuff. So yeah. By the way, this is him right here. So yeah, go check him out. Troll phase was the reason the zombies started. So this is basically a theory. Troll phase in the series, you know, the villain, is the reason why the zombies started. Because in episode 3, you can see there's a lot of weird shit, right, of him summoning a big zombie, right? So, if you think about it, Troll might be the reason why the zombies started, but yeah. The Charmx zombie story. What really happened? So this is basically a question people have. What really happened? How did the zombie started? What really did this? Well, we will see. I would guarantee we'll make something about it, right? So basically, I will tell you in the future. Is the Charmx paranormal activity connected to Charmx ghosts? Well, I can make it official, but for now, maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? I can confirm or deny it. But it could be possible, because both are ghost related, and maybe it's possible, but who knows? Zero's actions was real/fake, and this is a fact. So, you know how sometimes the camera falls or get hit by the characters? Half of the time, I did it for laughs and jokes, basically. I try to make people laugh. It's not real, it's pretty much fake. But half the time, it's actually by accident. Like the Henry Stickman, for example. And that, in Jack and the Charmx Zombie Story, I didn't mean to have the camera knocked. I was wanted them to get past, not hit it. But Henry somehow did it, so yeah. And the rake video from episode 3 was basically accidental, because I tried to have the rake become a ragdoll, but I undo everything, and that was an accident. WD Gaster and Blue Dawn history. So this is a question people have of WD Gaster and Blue Dawn. It looks like if you watch in episode 3, season 0, I will rename to minus now. So basically, I'm gonna change the whole season. Anyway, back to what I'm trying to say. If you watch the thing, it's basically where they have a history of fighting before in the past. So who knows? We will never know, since Blue Dawn is dead in the series, so we will never know. Blink. Charmx is imagining everything. So basically, it's a theory. Charmx, all the other episodes you see are not real. He was just imagining everything because he had a good life, and everyone around him died or wasn't even his friend. And he see evil in the world, and he imagines everything in his head, thinking all this is happening. Oh no, bad life. But realizing he can't think about it anymore. He just imagined everything, how everything is all good with zombies and fighting, but really he's just not him. Well, I like to say, thank you for watching the Iceberg. If you want a part 2, I will do it, but for now, I hope you will like it. And this is actually technically part 2 of the first Iceberg I ever made, so I hope you guys will like it. If you do, I have more ideas for a part 2 of the Iceberg here, so if you want to see that, call me. Well, hope you guys have fun. See ya, and hope you guys have a good day.